Calhoun County's Most Wanted back on the air. It's another chance for you to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place for all of us by helping us lock up the bad guys. I'm Chris Wright, along with John Garlick from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. John?
Hey, Chris, good to be here, and good to always talk about how a wonderful job that the people of Calhoun County have been doing to keep this county a safe place. Take a look at the count.
Yeah,
We've got 5 more people arrested, handled.
3,298 for the total since we started the show. That's just amazes me every week.
That's a lot of people. If you just lined them all up, almost 3,300 people. That's a lot of people.
And certainly not every one of those is somebody that we went out with the lights flashing and jumped into the house and grabbed them on some tip. A lot of these are people that after seeing themselves on television, they may turn themselves in, or mom may turn them in, or whatever. But however it happens, it works. It saves the taxpayers money as far as us having to go out and pursue all these different leads, chasing them down where they're not, that kind of thing. And it gets justice served.
It does. And you know, if you have a warrant out on you, the first step in getting that problem dealt with is to have it recorded as an arrest. So, you know, you see your face on here and you go, wow, I got a warrant. I knew I had a warrant. I knew this was coming. I can turn myself in. I can prearrange it with a bonding guy, and I can come down. And in just a few hours, we'll get you in and out. Or maybe you're just trying to avoid it altogether, and you got a neighbor who says, hey, wait a minute. I know that guy. And you can call Crime Stoppers and give us a tip. And, hey, you never know.
Hey, we got one that was just sentenced to quite a few years that had been out there for a while.
Oh, yes. That's a big one for our cold case squad. We had a guy, Jimmy Steed. He pled guilty to a murder charge and a drug charge, and the judge sentenced him to 105 years.
And of course, he's not going to serve 105 years, but by having that large number there, that helps ensure that he won't end up getting out early.
That's essentially life without parole, and he'll be he's off the street. Thanks to the cold case folks, he's been in our jail for several months now before all this. But our cold case squad, a couple of investigators working diligently to bring justice to those who might have felt like justice was forgotten.
And we may have some people watching right now that have been victims of a crime and think that they've been forgotten. That's not the case. Now, we don't always have new evidence to work with, and if we don't have any new evidence, there's a limit to what you can do. But anytime new evidence comes around, we don't care how old that case is. If the statute of limitations hasn't run out, we're going to do what we can.
Yep, they work it. They go back and they review the record and see what was done, and then try to fill in the blanks and develop new leads. And then they follow those leads and get a conviction if they can.
If there's a trail to follow, we're going to sniff it out. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead,
drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch
like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
But now I am
sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Hi, I'm Ernie Alvarez, General Manager at Sunny King Ford, and we'd like to invite you to come and visit. We'll take our time working with you to get just what you're looking for. Come and see the all-new 2015 Mustang, completely redesigned just for you. And check out the most popular truck in America for the last 37 years running. the new 2015 Ford F-150. Newer pre-owned, Sonny King Ford wants to be your car company.
Sonny King Ford, South Quintard, Anniston, Oxford.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston with Family Links, and this is the Parenting Tip of the Week. One of the increasing concerns with our children today is obesity. It's important to talk honestly to kids about their weight and be available to help. Then put some action behind your words by helping them explore their interests and discussing options. By involving your child in the decision-making process, you help them take charge of their health and build self-confidence. Number 1, be a good role model. When it comes to children and weight, what you do is more important than what you say. Parents are kids' number 1 role model. Kids develop their attitudes about food and eating from their parents. Number 2, don't make critical remarks about your child's weight. Criticizing kids about their weight is one of the worst things an adult can do. Do talk to kids about other issues that may affect their weight. Being overweight can be a symptom of a deeper issue that your child is experiencing. Find out what's going on with your child socially and at school. Overweight kids may be lonely because they're socially isolated. Parents, get kids involved in activities. A child may also overeat in response to unresolved issues at home, such as marriage or financial problems. If you suspect your child's weight signals an underlying problem, consult your healthcare provider. Do make mealtime family time. There's evidence that eating with children and having regular family meals helps prevent childhood obesity. Research shows that when you eat with your child, they eat more slowly and make healthier choices. And when you have family meals, eating becomes a social event. Don't make kids follow a strict exercise plan. Parents, encourage physical activity as a natural part of life and not a chore, or kids are likely to resist. Make it positive. Set goals to encourage your child, such as, let's see if we can walk a little further this time. And do make sure your child is getting enough sleep and is unplugged. More and more studies are being released that link a lack of sleep to weight gain and other medical illnesses. Work to make sure that your child is getting enough sleep every night. And remember, most importantly, do make it clear that you love your child unconditionally. For more parenting tips, please contact Family Links at 256-820-5911.
And welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up this week, Darius Rowland. Mr. Rowland, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for probation revocation on burglary 3rd. And this is Sean Turner. Sean Turner, last known to be living in Fairfield, he's wanted for failure to appear trafficking in cocaine. And meet Roy Hamilton. Mr. Hamilton, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear in trafficking in marijuana. Take a look at Gregory Fowler. Mr. Fowler, last known to be living in Lincoln, he's wanted for possession and receipt of a controlled substance and failure to appear in use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And this is Michael Gardner. Mr. Gardner, last known to be living in Oxford, he's wanted for failure to appear in possession and receipt of a controlled substance and failure to appear in use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And take a look at Austin Myrick. Mr. Myrick, last known to be living in Gadsden, he's wanted for failure to appear for theft of property 2nd. And last up in our first half, Douglas Phillips. Mr. Phillips, last known to be living in Talladega, he's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana 1st. And that's it for the first half of our lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
All right, we'll have the second half of the lineup coming up in just a little while, but John, we always like to break in between the bad guys and meet some of the good guys as well.
Lots of good guys here with us today.
Yeah, we've got Casey with the Muscular Dystrophy Association and Kyle and Curtis from the Oxford Fire Department. Good to have you all here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so Muscular Dystrophy Association, we've all heard about it. Most of us know what it is, but for those that are watching that may not know or may think they know and they know it wrong, tell us about the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
Yes, well, the Muscular Dystrophy Association is a national nonprofit health organization, and we raise funding to benefit services for individuals that have been diagnosed with a neuromuscular disease, as well as research. We have over 250 research projects going on worldwide, and 2 of them are in Alabama.
Wow.
Yeah, so because of the funding that is raised through supporters of the Muscular Dystrophy Association, we're able to provide services like flu shots, support groups. We have a summer camp for children. We have 4 clinics in Alabama, and then that funding for the research.
Yeah, I've had some friends whose parents have had muscular dystrophy, and so I've seen a little bit of that firsthand. But for people who don't know anybody personally, who are some of the famous people that we might be able to say, yeah, I saw those signs in that person?
Well, especially with ALS, and many people are very familiar with ALS. That was what Lou Gehrig was known as Lou Gehrig's disease. So that is something that is one of the 43 neuromuscular diseases that MDA covers in terms of our research and services. One of the 2 research-funded grants for MDA, one is researching ALS.
Okay.
So that is something that, of course, we'll have ALS Awareness Month in May. But that is one that many people know from Lou Gehrig.
All right. And the reason that we've got firefighters on here while we're talking about Muscular Dystrophy Association is because you guys have been helping fight this for 60 years now.
Yes.
And not you personally, Kyle, because if you're 60 years old, then I am. But the firefighters in general have been helping out for 6 decades.
Yes.
That's awesome. So what do you guys do?
We have, we try to change it up, but we have a routine pretty much yearly that we do with our boot drives at some of our local businesses that's been very successful. This year or in the past rather, we've done some things such as a 5K run to where we have some sponsorships that come out and great participation in our community with it. We've done a thing with our softball. We do a softball tournament at times. We've done a thing this year with our schools even. Our elementary age schools here in Oxford have jumped on board with us this year and helped us with this 60-year campaign. And then we did, one of our firefighters, Captain Adams, he come up with a 60-hour deal, kind of a challenge, where he got in our aerial device there at one of our major intersections and stayed in the bucket for 60 hours for our commitment to 60 years with MDA. So through the gracious people of Oxford and a lot of our businesses that the fire department does business with and just businesses in our community have supported us greatly. So we were very excited about the amount we were able to raise this year.
Casey, I know you can't do it without great partners like that.
No, the firefighters are one of our oldest and largest sponsors that we have. Celebrating 60 years, millions of dollars have been raised by the fire service. And Oxford has been partners with us for several years, especially since 2006. Every year they're out supporting the local chapter of MDA, and it's because of them and supporters that we're able to provide those services and that research. So we can't do it without our sponsors.
Firefighters are awesome. Oxford Fire, great job for supporting the community like that. That's just a wonderful thing. They're the other heroes.
The other heroes.
Yeah.
They get up in the big bucket. You're not afraid of heights to do that, are you?
I'll go up in a bucket, but not on a day like today.
For 60 hours? Can we get rid of John for 60 hours?
No, I'll do it with a mini cam, and I'll do the weather remotely for you from the top of the bucket.
So obviously they've been doing some fundraisers. You've got some other fundraisers that are through the association as well.
Absolutely. We have actually one coming up in the Oxford and Anniston community. It'll be next Thursday, February 26th. We're having our Anniston Lockup fundraiser. And kind of the way that program works is we have business and community leaders who fundraise to raise their bail goal, is what we call it, so they're being locked up, of $1,600. And then on the day of the event, they're picked up by a uniformed officer and brought to our event site where they serve their 1-hour sentence. And then they have lunch with us. They can get their mugshot made. Then we take them back to work after they've served their sentence. We let them out on good behavior, and we appreciate them raising their goal. And through that funding, that is another example of how we're able to provide those services. So we're looking forward to that program next week, and have really enjoyed working with the community so far.
And John, I know you get questions from people all the time saying, hey, they've locked me up. I need some help. For most of us, that only happens once a year.
Are we going to be picking you up next week, are we?
I think I've got a get out of jail free card.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think we can pick you up anyway.
All right. We need to take a break before he gets any good ideas. We'll be right back with the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead,
Drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak,
a wretch,
like me.
I once was.
homeless,
Broken. Sad.
just lost,
But now I am.
sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, Jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Ernie Alvarez, General Manager at Sunny King Ford, and we'd like to invite you to come and visit. We'll take our time working with you to get just what you're looking for. Come and see the all-new 2015 Mustang, completely redesigned just for you. And check out the most popular truck in America for the last 37 years running, the new 2015 Ford F-150. New or pre-owned, Sunny King Ford wants to be your car company.
Sunny King Ford, South Quintard, Anniston, Oxford.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Cesar Austin. Mr. Austin, last known to be living in Jacksonville. He's wanted for possession of marijuana, second failure to pay. And this is Gregory Hamilton. Mr. Hamilton, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on use and possession of drug paraphernalia. Take a look at Donald Pilkington. Mr. Pilkington, last known to be living in Talladega. He's wanted for failure to appear for menacing. And meet Billy Bentley. Mr. Bentley, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on child support, the face of a deadbeat dad. And meet Matthew Waits. Mr. Waits, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana, second. Take a look at Elizabeth Kittle. Miss Kittle, last known to be living in Hoax Bluff. She's wanted for failure to appear on writing multiple worthless checks. And last up in our lineup this week, Christopher Butler. Mr. Butler, last known to be living in Piedmont. He's wanted for failure to appear on illegal possession of prescription drugs. And that's it for our lineup. If you have any information on the whereabouts of these folks, please give Crime Stoppers a call, 256-238-1414.
The Crime Stoppers segment of the show is coming up in just a few minutes. We'll talk about some unsolved crimes. Hopefully you can help us solve those. But right now we're talking about solving problems with muscular dystrophy. And we've got Casey from the MDA here to talk about it. We've been talking a little bit about fundraising and the basics of what the organization is. But let's talk a little bit about some of the other events that you've got coming up serving the muscular dystrophy community.
That'd be great, thank you. One big program that we do have coming up is called our MDA Muscle Walk, and that is the largest family-driven event that we have in North and Central Alabama. The way that the Muscle Walk works is that it is a time for family and friends and supporters and even sponsors to come together as we fight neuromuscular disease. So on the day of that event, we'll have teams that have been fundraising. A lot of them make a team t-shirt, a team name. We have a team sign-making station at the walk. And it's a time for everyone to come together, where you're a corporate team, whether you're a family, or whether you're someone that just wants to help fight back. We all come together to raise money for neuromuscular disease research and services.
And of course, you're going to see some of the people that the disease has been affecting there when you're trying to walk. It's not always easy for them to do.
Right. You know, what we do at our Muscle Walk is we really have more of a victory lap where we are all able to be there together. Another thing that we like to do is really kind of share how much funding has been raised and what we're able to do with that. So it costs about $65 for every minute of research. So when you have 50 and 60 teams that are coming together and raising money, we can really do a lot with that money.
All right. Now, John was asking me for some warmer weather here soon. We can't make that happen, but we can at least talk about warmer weather now with you, because you've got some great summer camps.
Absolutely. Our summer camp will be coming up. It's 1 week in the summer. Summer camp, as well as all of our services, are cost-free to families. It's cost-free to be registered with MDA, and it's cost-free to utilize our services. So with summer camp, it's available for all children ages 6 to 17. And it is a week just for them to come and enjoy everything that you can imagine about summer camp. Some of the activities are the zip line and tubing and horseback riding. So it is a great time for them to not only get to see friends that they may not see except at summer camp, but it's also a chance to meet new friends too.
Yeah, summer camp was one of the best things that ever happened to me. I loved going to summer camp as a kid, and even as an adult going back and volunteering with some summer camps. But a lot of these kids, they can't just go to a camp like other kids do. They're not going to be able to participate in some of the activities. They need a place for themselves.
Absolutely, and the great thing about our summer camp is it is completely accessible for every child to participate in every activity. So it's a great experience for them. It's a week for them to not worry about anything, just to go and be a kid. I hear several children say it's the best week of the year. So we have a countdown, not only in our office, but with all of our kids. They're really excited about coming. And another aspect of summer camp is that there's an opportunity to have volunteer camp counselors. And through that, they have the opportunity not only to serve their community and give back, but for someone that may be interested in a healthcare related career, it's a great way for them to go on and get involved and learn more about that and go on and serve their community at the same time.
Absolutely, get a little firsthand experience, and first off, figure out if it is something that you might want to do for the rest of your life. And if not, well, that's great. If it is, then awesome.
Right. Everyone enjoys summer camp, whether you're a camper, a counselor, someone on the medical team, or the MDA staff. We all just really enjoy that experience and seeing the impact that it makes. It's more than just going and having fun for the week, but you could see building self-confidence, gaining independence from families, having that week away from their family to where they're able to be independent for that week. So it's a huge experience for the children and the campers and the counselors and everyone involved.
John's still bitter because he got kicked out of summer camp.
I did get kicked out of summer camp. Truly. Can't go back, so I just had summer camp on my dad's boat. We just left town.
So what are some other things that are happening with MDA throughout the year?
Well, obviously with our summertime, we have summer camp, but that is really when you'll see the Fill the Boot program with the firefighters taking place. So, anytime between usually around April or May, really to the end of the year, you'll see the firefighters out filling the boot. And one thing, that is so wonderful about the fire service is that they work so hard supporting MDA all of those months. So we have that going on in the summer, of course, summer camp. The Muscle Walk will actually be on April 11th. So that'll be coming up soon. And then we'll have our lockup program taking place next week. So there's a lot of wonderful fundraisers going on and taking place, and we just appreciate this community support.
So if we see John or somebody else showing up with the lights flashing at our office next week and somebody gets taken away, we shouldn't start gossiping about their drug cartel.
Right. I always tell participants, this is Jill you can brag about, so tell everyone you know.
Very good. Well, I hope it goes very well for you.
Thank you. We're very excited. We've had this event for several years in the Calhoun County area, and the support of these communities is just unbelievable. We are so appreciative.
I know a lot of people get called about volunteering to do this, but if somebody hasn't been contacted but they would like to volunteer to be part of that, how can they do it?
Absolutely, and not only with the lockup, but interested in being a camp counselor or learning more about our walk or other projects. Our local office, it covers the North and Central Alabama, and our phone number is 205-823-8191, and they can call our office and we can direct them in the right way.
All right, so if you want to get locked up, just call her or call John.
Yeah.
Either one of them will take care of it.
Either way, we'll lock you up.
All right. We'll be back with our crazy criminal of the week in just a moment here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Hi, I'm Ernie Alvarez, General Manager at Sonny King Ford, and we'd like to invite you to come and visit. We'll take our time working with you to get just what you're looking for. Come and see the all-new 2015 Mustang, completely redesigned just for you. And check out the most popular truck in America for the last 37 years running, the new 2015 Ford F-150. New or pre-owned, Sonny King Ford wants to be your car company.
Sonny King Ford, South Quintard, Anniston, Oxford.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.
For emergency and non-emergency medical transportation, you can count on Anniston EMS.
Hello, I'm Johnny Warren with Anniston EMS, and we appreciate the opportunity to provide support for the Calhoun County's Most Wanted program. And I would like to remind everyone out there that if they need any medical transportation needs, please don't hesitate to call us.
Call Anniston EMS at 256-237-8572.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead.
Drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak,
A wretch.
like me.
I once was.
Homeless.
Broken. Sad.
just lost. But now I am sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show. This week you have one case and one case only, so you need to work hard on it. On February 9th, a 10-foot utility trailer was stolen from this residence on Overton Lake Road in Jacksonville. A witness observed 2 black males driving a gold Ford Ranger truck, stealing the utility trailer. So if you have any information on those 2 guys or that gold Ford Ranger, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 256-238-1414. Remember, we want your information and not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
It is never a good idea to leave the scene of a crime. You're going to get caught most of the time, right?
Most of the time, yep. You can't outrun the radio.
We had a couple of guys that were involved in an accident. The guy that was driving had been drinking, didn't want to get in trouble for drinking and driving, so they left the scene of the accident. Then they came back because there was enough evidence there that they knew that it would get seen that there was an accident, but they wanted to make it look like it was caused by something other than alcohol. So this is up north where it's just a little bit colder than here, even though it's cold enough here. They had buckets of water and they were making ice in the intersection of the road. You could probably think of 2 or 3 additional charges that come along with that, can't you?
Sure, yep.
So, and by the way, if you have an accident going over ice while you're intoxicated, the ice does not erase the alcohol, does it?
That's correct. No, that doesn't erase it. And it would be bad if it did. It would be a slippery slope on the.
Wow. All right. Well, on that note, we will bid you a fond farewell.
Ooh, just a little chilly.
If you missed the lineup this week, we've got the folks on our Facebook page, so you can go look at that there on a short video. And we hope that you will check that out, or you can watch this entire show on demand at tv24.tv. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Hi, I'm Ernie Alvarez, General Manager at Sonny King Ford, and we'd like to invite you to come and visit. We'll take our time working with you to get just what you're looking for. Come and see the all-new 2015 Mustang, completely redesigned just for you. And check out the most popular truck in America for the last 37 years running, the new 2015 Ford F-150. New or pre-owned, Sonny King Ford wants to be your car company.
Sonny King Ford, South Quintard, Anniston, Oxford.
Big news for homebuyers searching through all those complicated mortgage options. AOD Federal Credit Union is now offering new, out-of-the-box mortgage solutions. Mortgage loan manager Jamie Bailey will help find the best rates and quickest approval for you. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, jumbo, HARP, and more. Call Jamie Bailey at 256-241-8218. Out-of-the-box mortgage services. Reason number 4 that you belong with AOD Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA. All loans subject to credit approval. Certain restrictions apply. Equal housing lender.